opportunity was so attention-getting that I am literally standing out in the rain so I can make sure to tell you about it. Hey everybody, it's Celia Klein with Grand Dunes Properties, and today we are in the new Beazer community, Northbrook. Only over 50 lots, so it's moving very fast. Over 20 of them are already sold. I have to tell you about it right now. That means we gotta get going. Out of the rain into a dry, lovely home. There's a lot to share here. First off, again, this is done by Beazer Homes. We haven't talked about Beazer in a while, and they have been here in this area for quite some time. As a matter of fact, when I first started doing YouTube videos, they were one of the first ones I highlighted. So they have had a presence here for a while. This community is in this perfect location in Murrells Inlet. One of the reasons I wanted to make sure I talked about it with you, because I know how many of you love Murrells Inlet. And as we find that developers really can't find a lot of big spaces to build those, hundreds of home sites type of setting, we are now getting into areas where we find these, the pearl, if you will, and this is one of them, Northbrook community. Now, Beazer has 6 different floor plans in here. We're in the model home. It's called the Sterling. It starts off as a 1-story floor plan, but again, like most of our builders here, they're going to give you options of how to grow the square footage, and indeed they did that here. You're going to see that they've added a sunroom as opposed to that rear porch. They've also added an upstairs, and you're going to get to see that they did all the elements up there, and that's going to be the bonus room, a bedroom, and a full bath. Lots to talk about, but here's what I want to remember about telling you about the outside, and that is the claim to fame on this one that made me run here to make sure I told you about it. The lot sizes. We're talking right at a ½ acre. I mean, that's unheard of, especially in Murrells Inlet. Things like what we call the setbacks in between the 2 homes, they're going to be 30 feet on either side. So yes, very spacious, much more so than we're accustomed to in some of the other areas this close to the beach. You also have long driveways. We're talking 40 feet. This is, again, very rare. So I had to tell you all about it. But first, can we just take a moment to just love on the interior of this model home? I am definitely in love. The kitchen. I think I'm just gonna pretend this is my house and I'm gonna host a party here because it's just so beautiful. We've seen a lot of the builders returning to these earthy tones for the decor, and this one does not disappoint. In fact, it is striking. I mean, look at that backsplash tile. It's like a forest green. The wall color in several areas or rooms in the house is a sage green, but this quartz countertop, angels singing, ah, it's gorgeous. It's Calicotta, and this is a green gold mix. It is just, again, such a beautiful blend. You know what else I want to point out here? Did you see maple has made a comeback for cabinetry? I know some of you are going, not with me, it didn't, but with this color combination, I think it really works. One of the things that Beazer will do with their floor plans is they're going to offer 2 different styles for how you can lay out the kitchen if you do a to-be built. And obviously this one here with this incredibly long kitchen island, you see that the sink is in the center of the island. If that's not your preference, you can offer it on the peripheral part of the countertop over here behind me. Again, great choices. Another thing I want to point out, the microwave that you see, it does vent out, which is great news. And then finally, you'll also see that we are using electric here in this community. So even that hot water heater is going to be a 50-gallon tank as opposed to a tankless hot water heater, just for you to remember. This Sterling floor plan has total square footage anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500 square feet, depending on which options you choose. This is why I love this, because at one level, I'm sure you're already noticing it too, this open floor concept, which I know many of you love, does not feel cramped in the least. It is so nice to see that you can put this big furniture here around me in the family area and yet have a nice wide traffic lane, so to speak, that breaks you up between the family and the kitchen area. You've also got this separate space that can be dining or breakfast, and I really think having that makes a big difference in just feeling this roominess. You've got 2 bedrooms here, along with a hallway with laundry, drop zone leading to the garage, and then you also have the primary suite that is in the rear of the home. Wait till you see the bathroom in there. You ready? Let's go. What did I tell you? This primary bath, it is just so dreamy. And I obviously cannot get enough of this green, and now matched with the gold hardware on the cabinetry, kind of a brushed matte gold. I really love the look. And as you can see behind me, fantastic tile that is going all the way up to the ceiling for this spa shower. Now, they do offer the choice if you prefer the tub shower combo or having, I should say, both in the room, you can do that. But here, this spa shower, it just says elegance, doesn't it? And I've got to ask, what do you think about this green? Clearly, you know my opinion, but I want to know yours. I see this all the time. People walk into a model home, they see this sunroom area and they go, oh, that is gorgeous. I've got to have that. Here's tough love Celia. I got to set you straight here. Do you really need another place to sit down? Like you're going to sit in the family room in the morning and then rotate to the sunroom in the afternoon? So honestly, what I want to tell you is save your money on this, and I want you to keep it that rear porch. You are going to get so much more use out of that rear porch than you will the sunroom. Or at least give it some serious thought as to the functionality of this space, because if it's just another hangout as opposed to, say, maybe an office, or maybe you might put a pool table or a piano, then we've got some usage. But if it's just going to get another couch, it might be best served to keep it as that rear porch. Even though there are just over 50 home sites in this community total, they still did a nice offering of floor plans, 6 in total, 3 of which start off as a 1-level floor plan. And again, we've already talked about how you can make that extra square footage up above. And then you have 3 others that are true 2-story floor plans. The square footage is a big range. You have anything from 2,000 square feet all the way up to over 3,600 square feet. Very spacious. Now, we also want to talk about pricing. They're going to start in the mid-4s, and then this is again base price, and you're going to go to the mid to high 5s. From that, based on lot premiums, which I've seen some as high as about $47,000. There's even one right now that's available, and that lot premium is $100,000, so that must be a beautiful lot. You've got to keep in mind those elements, like we've talked about before, so you can easily be in the high 5s and into the 6s, and if you do a lot of design, like you're seeing the options around me, you could, if you wanted to, reach a 700 here in this community. It is a big range, but the offering here for floor plans is definitely helpful. They're using the loft of the Sterling floor plan to serve as their design center, and this is so much fun to be able to see all the choices. Now you're going to start off with granite as the standard countertop surface for the kitchen, but as you obviously saw here in this model, they upgraded to quartz. Now your bathroom countertops do start as quartz. Look at all these great choices. I also love to show you the cabinetry choices that you see behind me. They have different levels that's going to determine the front facing, and you're also going to see all the different hardware that you could choose for both bathrooms and your kitchen space. really so much fun, but I understand you can get carried away. Now, this community, for the most part, most people are going the to-be-built route as opposed to going with a spec home. So you will have to think carefully about the choices and how they fit into your budget. When it comes to efficiency, Beazer takes it one step further with their Brown fresh air system. What is that? It's basically taking throughout the day and evening the stale air out of the home and replacing it with fresh air from the outside. This is really not something you're going to find with any other builder, certainly not including it standard. So it really is a great value. To offer a profile about Beazer Homes, let me mention a few things to you. Their corporate headquarters is based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and their focus absolutely is going to be about energy efficiency. So let me point out a few things for you. One of which is going to be that they build their homes, the exterior is 2x6 construction. Well, what does that mean? And are you supposed to be excited about that? Yes, you should, because normally it's 2x4, so 2x6 means it's deeper. What are they going to do with that extra 2 inches? They're going to stuff in more insulation to make sure that your home remains more energy efficient. Another thing they do, spray foam insulation. That means that stuff's going everywhere it possibly can, and again, that is really going to help with utility bills. Finally, another thing that they do is a double coating on the windows to make sure that in this area where we have a lot of bright sunshine, we're going to try and keep that barrier to keep the heat out of the house when you want it out, and then keep it nice and warm when you've got the heat on in the winter months. But you know what? It's always sunny and warm here. You don't need the heat. All right, look at me out in the rain again. Got a little frizz factor going on, but I promise you, I had to tell you because just look at how beautiful this house is. That's a good looking house. This is the Ivy floor plan, and it is the largest floor plan here. And this one is available as we film this in December. And this one all in over $760. You know it's gotta have something good in it, so we gotta go check it out. Let's go. All right, we talked about the price of this one being in the mid-7s. I'm gonna show you why. This house serves every possible purpose you can think of. So let's get started. Do you hear my voice echoing a little bit? That's because behind me, it's a 2-story family room ceiling. That's right, it's almost 20 feet high. Look at that. So if you want to feel grandness with where you live, this is the floor plan. So this one, like we said, can get up to as much as 3,600 square feet. And as you are on the bottom level, you've got a room up front that in this particular home, they have added the French door, so it looks like it's going to serve as an office. Could it have been a bedroom? Sure, because you've got the bathroom, which is now a hallway bath in this layout. You could have made that the bathroom that serves that bedroom, right? You've also got the primary here that's in the rear of the home. Oh my gosh. And have you seen the trim work? You've got the chair rails, shadow box molding, the checkerboard like the tic-tac-toe up in the front. That tic-tac-toe is called a coffered ceiling, whereas when you go into the primary suite here on the main level, that is considered a tray ceiling when you don't have the crisscross in there. Now, guess what? There's 3 bedrooms upstairs and a massive bonus room, as well as 2 full baths. One of the rooms up there absolutely can serve as a second primary suite. I'm telling you, everything you need is checked off in this house. It is beautiful. In the Ivy floor plan, the majority of your square footage is interior square footage. Now, when we were at the Sterling, we know that we had the ability to have 2-car and a 1-car garage. So a few of the floor plans here can do, in essence, the 3-car garage. But here in the Ivy, it's going to be a 2-car. But look at all this great storage you've got inside. To my right, you see the drop zone. Behind me, you've got that nice, elegant butler pantry, which is such a nice touch, isn't it? And then to my far left, you can't see it, it's not in the shot, is going to be a really nice walk-in pantry for the kitchen. This is really increasingly important for people, that a home can do all kinds of things for the family, and this one checks all the boxes. Did you see these? It's the French door slider. I love these. And as you can see, it leads out to the exterior porch, which could be screened in. And then you see it is a fully sodded lawn, which is a very nice addition for these very big lots. I don't know if you can tell because these walls are white. This is a massive bonus room, probably one of the largest ones I've seen. And what's wild is you would just think around the corner there wouldn't be much at all, right? It's a whole nother section with 3 bedrooms, and they're not small either. Wait till you see the one that can serve as the second primary suite. It is really nice. Let's check it out. What did I tell you about this bathroom here in the second primary suite upstairs? The countertop is so long, I think I'm gonna need to send a text message to have someone hand me a towel from the linen closet. Now, one other thing I wanted to note in here, if you wanna keep your design budget in check, here is a great solution. Just do the regular fiberglass insert for the shower and then spend the extra money on the shower hardware, like that large shower head that you see there. It really is just as lovely, and you can spend your money in other places. You know you have found something special when you hear the first people that purchased in a community are locals. That's right, people who already lived in the area and knew they had found something that was better. This community is forever home type of an investment, and I think they are beautiful. Again, there are so few home sites. I'm doing this quickly because I don't want you to lose this opportunity. I want you to give me a call so I can help you find your perfect castle in the sand here in Murrells Inlet. This community actually is adjacent to Brook Green Gardens, so you are not far from a lot of beautiful things this area has to offer, including the Marsh Walk as well. Quick points I don't want to forget, your HOA here is $48 a month. That's right, no amenities. You've got these big lots. Probably a lot of people are going to put in an in-ground pool in their rear yards. Now, you know how to get a hold of me, so the phone number and the email, it's going to be here at the end. But guess what? I've got some new information to share with you. I just started a podcast. It's called Coasting. You can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you already listen to your favorite podcast. This one is specifically for people like you who are either considering making a move to the Myrtle Beach area, or you already have, and you're trying to find your people, place, and pace. I sure hope that you will subscribe to watch it. Thanks so much for watching this introduction to the Northbrook community.